Welcome. I'm just now going to go through the reports available to UCs on the browser user interface, the BUI. So obviously you have your main report, which is your unit coordinates assessment extensions, your assessment extensions to action, and that'll be your default report. If you go to the three yellow stripes at the top, the next report available is a assessment extension applications for my unit. If you open that report, it will automatically show all the applications for units for which you are the UC, regardless of whether they've been resolved or not. So open and closed. You can see the application status here. If you have multiple units, then they'll show both. They'll all show on this one report. So that's useful to track all the applications for your units. The next report is a student assessment application search. Basically, you can just put in any student number in or a surname and a given name and see if the student has multiple assessment applications. So, for example, you can copy a student number, right-click, copy cell to clipboard from your main report, paste the number in, and then just click on search. So you can see this student has submitted 2 applications. Again, this is a test environment, so that's why there's a couple. You can have this report up all the time, so as you're opening assessment extensions, you can just quickly copy and paste the number in here and just have a look to see if they've got multiple assessments. Might be worth doing later in the semester and just see how things look for each student. The next report is the assessment extensions for export. Now this report is basically shows absolutely everything, and it's not designed for viewing on screen. You can see there's a lot of fields. The idea is all the data fields are available for you to sort of sort, filter, and get stats on. It's not designed for viewing, it's designed for exporting. So basically you can filter it if you want before you export it by school. So you can see how there's a school field here. I recommend just right-clicking, copying cell to clipboard when you find an instance of your school, posting that in, and you can just click on search. So that's now brought up just all McCarthy's applications, or you could filter by unit. And you just put in unit code and click on search, and that's now just got all the introduction to financial instruments and markets units. Or you can just leave everything blank and export everything. So to export, you just go along to the right here, the 3 dots, click on that, and then go down to export, and then go select Excel. And open with Excel. Once it's in Excel, click on Enable Editing. You can save the report obviously onto your desktop if you want. I recommend deleting the first line, that's just the heading line. And then for those who are not that familiar with Excel, if you highlight the whole thing, and then if you just double click any of the little lines between columns in Excel where it goes to a sort of a cross like that, if you just double click any of them, it automatically resizes the columns to the data. So you can see here that it's sort of expanded every column to an appropriate width, and that makes it a lot easier for you to sort of scan across and see which fields you want. Obviously, once you're in Excel, you can delete unwanted columns, reorder them, sort filter, to your heart's content. The idea of this report, as I said, it's designed for exporting, and it really has every single field available for you to analyse. The only other report there is one called Teaching Support Assessment Extensions. So UCs wouldn't use this report. This is specifically designed for teaching support to be able to send the second OC for scheduled assessments like mid-semester tests, where the UC has approved them, and the teaching support will determine the date and time of the mid-semester test, and we'll send the second OC to the students. So that's what that report's for. It's not designed for UCs, it's designed specifically for the teaching support teams. So if you're UC, you wouldn't use that report. So that's it. That's an overview of the reports for